Critics, the TikTok shop has officially stopped. Ooh, and Joy Taylor is honoring her right to remain silent. ASAP Rocky is facing up to 8 years in prison, while Michelle Obama reminds every black woman in the world to get somebody else to do it. Hey, critics, and welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. We are live on this Sunday, January the 19th, 2025. Hey, critics, it's time to chronicle. Happy MLK weekend and happy belated birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I've had the pleasure actually of visiting the MLK Jr. National Historic Park in Atlanta. I went to visit the center to view like the exhibits. I've seen the Rose Garden, the King Center, passed by the former home of MLK and his family there in Atlanta. I finally had a chance to go into the Ebenezer Baptist Church, like inside. I've been like maybe 4 times or so, y'all. However, for some reason, the church hadn't always been open. But the one time that me and my mama went back in 2019, it was open. So I had a chance to not only go downstairs and look at the church, I had a chance to also go upstairs to look over the balcony that also overlooks the pulpit and the congregation as well. So yeah, I enjoyed that. If you get a chance to go to Atlanta and you hadn't had a chance to visit the MLK Jr. National Historic Park, I would recommend it just because I've been there already 4 times. And I always, for some reason, I don't know, I'm always drawn to it. And every time I've gone, I've learned something new. There's been sometimes a little bit of a switch up in some of the exhibits. I've had a chance to actually sit down and watch some of the viewings because they have like a movie theater and with some little tidbits of videos to just kind of give you insight of what that time was like, give you some visuals, of course. They have statues, plaques, photos, pictures, all of artifacts, like all of the things that you can sort of think of is just very educational as well, very family friendly as well. And just kind of fun little fact, just because we recently lost this past president, but Jimmy Carter is the president who signed the MLK Jr. National Park and Preservation District into law in 1980. May he rest in peace. Up next, y'all, let's talk TV. Tamron Hall on Monday, Jaleel White is going to be stopping by to discuss his brand new book, which is a memoir called Growing Up Urkel, where he talks about his role as Urkel and the impact it's had on his career. As well, on Tuesday, Tamron Hall's show, she's going to be celebrating 20 years of YouTube on the show. So congratulations, YouTube. On a side note, though, I just saw, I think, a TMZ clip of Glozell, the one that wears the green lipstick on her lips, like one of the first people that I seen do one of those challenges that went viral. I can't remember very many challenges prior to her, and forgive me, it could be my memory, but that was like 15 years ago, y'all. All right. And I think she did the cinnamon challenge, right? She spoke out actually about TikTok and the ban that's actually going on right now and how it's basically taking millions out of people's pockets, especially everyday people. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. And Jennifer Hudson on Monday, she's going to be welcoming Martin Lawrence. I know that show is a classic. It's been a while, but I always think of that when I think of Martin. He's going to be stopping by, though, to talk about his tour. Y'all know what it is. So, yeah. And also, I've seen that there's a lot of, as he tours different cities, there's always different comedians he taps into to open up for him or to be at his shows to promote all of the things. So, yeah, check him out, of course. Wednesday, Andra Day will chat and perform her new song, Bricks, from the film Exhibiting Forgiveness. She will also discuss Music Care's relief efforts for the Los Angeles fires. Thursday, Debbie Allen's going to be stopping by to discuss her Debbie Allen Dance Academy, along with poet Jay Ivy. On Friday, Shamar Moore is on set to discuss his show, SWAT. And then Ryan Destiny discusses her film, The Fire Inside. Now, Sherry Shepherd has a nice little lineup here. Monday, Quinta Bronson. She's going to be stopping by to talk about the current season of Abbott Elementary. On Tuesday, Earn Your Leisure podcast hosts, they're going to be dropping by to discuss a brand new book that they apparently have called You Deserve to Be Rich. Okay. Wednesday, actor Omari Hardwick is going to tell Sherry about starring in Star Trek Section 31 on Paramount Plus. And Thursday, one of my faves, I told y'all, Roy Wood Jr., he's going to be headed to the chair to discuss his new Hulu comedy special, plus Married to Medicine's Miss Quad. She's going to be updating us on the latest season of Married to Medicine. And I will admit to you, while I have not watched Married to Medicine, that first season in a while, excuse me. I don't know why I didn't finish that thought. I haven't watched it in a while. The first season I did watch, I really did enjoy that season. And I think that was also the season that Miss Mariah? She was on that, I always call typically the first season like the season of the originals, right? That's kind of the term that I like to use when it comes to like the first season of things. It's like, these are the originals. These are the ones who kicked it off. These are the ones who made it sort of what it was, started with the blueprint, showed us in terms of ratings what the audience loved, gave us the snapbacks. I'm always thinking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, let me go ahead and move on. So I wanted to send out some recommendations because I have not done this. Actually, I don't think since the year started, so forgive me. But these are the top 5 Hoopla resources that I am recommending today. All of them are actually MLK themed in honor, of course, of MLK weekend. The number 1 is a movie. It's called I Am MLK Jr. Number 2, I Have a Dream speech. It's only about a 16-minute long audio book themed style, so you just have to listen to it basically. It's the only factual piece of history in the history books that we are never changing because they don't want to. No, okay, let me stop. Speeches by Martin Luther King Jr., but this one's a little long, so I think it's all of his speeches, including the I Have a Dream speech. It's 17 hours and 29 minutes. That's why I'm just assuming that it is. And this is one of the ones that I have not actually checked out yet officially. So forgive me for that. King, a film record. Now, this is one that follows King from Montgomery, of course, to Memphis. Number 5, The Measure of a Man by MLK. It's an ebook, though. It's a pair of mediations by MLK that contains the theological roots of his political and social philosophy of nonviolent activism. All magazines mentioned today is sourced through Hoopla and Libby, both free streaming platforms made possible through our local library. Here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced through our public library. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today.